I've been needing to find a new apartment, which has not been easy with credit as bad as mine. Luckily, I found cosigning.com. They connected me with a cosigner who helped me get my dream apartment for me and my dog. I just paid a small fee and was able to move in fast. Get the cosigner you need for the apartment you want. Check out cosigning.com today.
Welcome back. I'm your host right now. I'm Right Wing Rico, Club Rico. This is the Single Boyfriend channel. And I want to bring two stories to you guys. In life is about choices. Who we are, where we go, what we do, but also where we choose to live. So right now, if you're watching this video, you're going to have two choices. You can live in a state where they respect the Constitution, the First and Second Amendments are paramount, or you can choose to live in another state which is against the Constitution, where they try to silence your freedom of speech, and you literally have no right to defend yourself, and the Second Amendment is mute. You decide which one you would rather be. So let's see here. This is the story out of Los Angeles. Would you rather be this guy or the person in Tempe, Arizona? Both are on the same day. So let's take a listen.
Actor, we can make you believe we know what we're doing, when in fact, we do not.
Live in West Hollywood, where the search is on for those suspects. And Jacqueline, I know you're talking to people in that neighborhood there this morning. Good morning.
Hey, good morning to both of you. Yes, the sheriff's department deputies just arrived here on scene. I was trying to get some information out of them, but they have nothing new to report and to update us. But you guys, we do have that poor victim who was robbed yesterday at gunpoint joining us right now. His name is Abram. So just first and foremost, how are you doing? I mean, we've seen the video. It is crazy. It is wild. And it happened during broad daylight.
Yeah, I mean, it was as bright as today. It was shocking. It still hasn't hit me. I think I'm still in shock, but I'm okay, and that's all that matters. They got jewelry, and I'm safe. That's all that matters. I have no words, but that.
So walk us through what happened. We have some video showing us. Surveillance video captured the entire incident. So you're just walk us through what was happening and when it all started.
Yeah, I parked the car and I got out of the car, and within moments, I heard something behind me, and I turned around and I just saw someone pointing a gun at me, and they were just saying, "Give me your things, give me your things." And I assumed they didn't know what I had because they weren't asking for anything specific. I threw my phone and keys and kind of fell backwards, and as they pushed me down, and they were just feeling my body, asking me for things, and kind of taking things, and so yeah, I just kind of told them that was it. I gave them everything, and that was pretty much it.
They grabbed your stuff, and then they drove off.
Yeah, ripped my necklace off, ripped my neck bracelets off, took my wedding ring, and my watch. Yeah. So,
are you comfortable telling us?
Now, don't get me wrong. Nothing this man had on him was worth dying for. But needless to say, he's a victim. There, in the state of California, there is nothing he could do to defend himself. If you're there, you're just a victim waiting for something to happen. You're meat. You're what we call lunch. Now, let's go one state over to the great state of Arizona. Let's see how this story plays out.
Alert out of Tempe. Police say multiple people have been shot near Tempe Center for the Arts. This is a look at the area this morning. Rio Salado Parkway and Mill Avenue, right by Tempe Town Lake. When we sent our camera crew out there after we heard about what was going on, it didn't seem like there was much of a scene there. Detectives, though, saying this investigation still very active as they're pursuing leads here. We'll keep you updated as we learn more.
Well, that didn't say much. Well, I'll read you guys the story. Multiple people were shot in Tempe, Arizona.
Flavor knows no bounds and persists beyond.
following an attempted armed robbery on October 10th, according to the police. What we know, around 11:42 p.m., officers responded to reports of a shooting on Rio Salado and Mill Avenue. That is literally one of the nice areas in Tempe, right on Tempe Lake, where a lot of visitors and tourists go. But now you got to watch your back. The beautiful thing is, in Arizona, they kind of respect the laws of the United States. This whole notion where you're supposed to lean on law enforcement like they're superheroes to save your life at 24 hours a day. You can just get on your phone, call 911, and someone to just swoop in and save your life. That's not realistic. That's not really a thing. And you're not supposed to use law enforcement in that method. The way it works here in a constitutional republic like the United States is you are technically supposed to be your own first line of defense. The police are just supposed to come clean up the mess. You're supposed to be able to defend yourself. That's how it works. You're not stifled here like you are in California with a million different laws that protect criminals. In the state of Arizona, you're supposed to protect yourself, and the criminals and their lives and subsequent any of their consequences are not really a concern. It says that the police said 2 victims were riding on a scooter along the south side of Tempe Town Lake when they were approached by several suspects. The suspects tried to rob the victims at gunpoint. When the victims shot at the suspects, one suspect was shot. Police located the suspects after they initially fled the area. 1 victim and 2 suspects were taken to the hospital with non-threatening gunshot wounds. I love to hear it. So you got to think about it. You never know how an armed robbery is going to go. Yeah, you might hope they're going to spare your life, but there's no guarantee. If this is a gang initiation, or if somebody gets nervous, or if somebody accidentally pulls the trigger, you don't know what's going on in the mind of a criminal. Now, everyone in the United States knows the consequences for an armed robbery. If somebody is degenerate enough where they're willing to throw their whole life away and ruin their future, then you can't say what they won't do. I don't think they're rationalizing it like, well, if I shoot them, it's going to be 25, but if I don't, then it's going to be 20. I don't think they care. If they are mentally putting themselves in a state where they're willing to pull a weapon on you anyway, then they're already done. They're mentally gone. So the odds of you surviving, I wouldn't even say it's 50-50. Literally, you let this person stand there with a gun and your life is in their hands. You don't even have a choice. You can't fight back, depending on where you are. So my question that I pose, would you rather be an Arizonan or a Californian? Pretty much what I tell people is this: you're either going to be armed and be prepared, or you're just going to be a Californian. That's it. Unfortunately, police can't even do their jobs anymore. So you're going to be able to depend on them less and less, especially if the perpetrators against you are black. That's just a fact of the matter. I was just watching a video just now of a police officer let me see if I can find the video. There's a police officer who was trying to subdue a suspect, but they couldn't because the suspect was black. And the cop was more worried about losing his job than doing his job. So what they had to do was wait for a black officer to come and then have the black officer attack the criminal to get him to subdue. When you have policy like that, when police know that they cannot do their jobs lawfully, then you're in a really bad place. I'm trying to find this video. Matter of fact, was it on Facebook? Let me see. Let's see here. I just seen the video. But anyway, you see the cop, he's hitting a guy, But you see, there's a black cop and a white cop. The black cop falls to the back, and the white cop falls to the back, and the black cop does all the let's see here, black and white cop. Let's see here. Let's see here if I can find it. Where this? It was a really good video. It makes a really good point. I thought I had it. Black and white cop hits a guy. With a baton, I guess. I don't know how to spell it. No, that's different. Well, the point is this. You're no longer going to be able to depend on the police to come save you. If the person if the criminal is black, the police are going to fall back. So you have a duty to yourself and to your family to move to a state like Florida, like Texas, like Arizona. Because especially if you're the breadwinner, if someone randomly decides to rob you and they decide to kill you, what is your family going to do without you? Your family deserves you to be in a position where you can defend yourself and you can fight back. You do not have to be a victim. That is a choice. In Arizona, and what I'm reading actually is that in Arizona, the people in Tempe shooting. Let's see here, October, Tempe shooting, Tempe Lake. They're saying it was 2 older women. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that it was 2 older women who actually pulled guns out and defended themselves. And I wish I could actually find a video of this, but it's no one's really talking about it too much. And that tells me also that the person, here we go. Breaking news. Yeah. Now they're never going to tell you that these are black people. They're not going to tell you the race of the people. But if they were white and this was fitting the left's narrative that white people are magically dangerous, even though they're the ones who are always the victims, then you would see their face everywhere. They will be telling you these white extremist, dangerous white males. But when they won't even mention to you with the description of the suspects, you know they were black. That's how it works. Because if you mention them, then their families or somebody else can say, hey, I'm going to sue you so you can pay me, because that's racist. So basically, describing reality and being truthful about a topic is race. So reality is racist. There's really no way to combat that. You can do what I do, which is just ignore the fuck out of it and move forward. You don't let them control you and what you think. But again, these from what I'm hearing, these were 2 older women on a scooter, and a group of young thugs, some YNs, approached them. And one woman was getting robbed, and the other woman was able to pull her weapon from her purse and go to town. You can't say to yourself, oh, I don't want to shoot these guys because they're black and I don't want to get canceled. I don't want to shoot these guys because they're illegals and I don't want to get No. Your life is more important than the feelings of people who hate this country. Because if they love this country and they appreciated this country, they would not live a life of crime and rob people in this country. One of the most anti-American things you can do is basically dedicate your life to crime. If you're willing to do things like armed robbery and go to prison, you don't appreciate the freedom and the privileges you have as an American. So, legally, when you're in prison, you're a slave. So you would choose slavery over freedom. That's one of the most anti-American things you can do, in my opinion. So you can't necessarily take those people and their actions seriously. You can't respect them and their lives because they've pretty much thrown them away. And to let these people sit there with your life in their hand and they can flip a coin and decide whether you live or die, whether you're taken away from your children, your kids, your world or not, that's too much power in the hands of degenerates. So you can pick which one would you rather be, an Arizonan or a Californian. Do you want to fight back? Do you want to be a victim or do you want to be a victor? The choice is yours. Hopefully you choose the right way. Oh, but I love California. Oh, the weather. Oh, the beach. Yeah, the weather and the beach won't do you too much good if you're dead. Plus, a really nice place to be buried. What are you people thinking? Yeah, my funeral was a really nice day for a funeral. Are you crazy? And if the guy would have had a gun and started shooting back, he'd go to prison in California. They'd lock him up. There's no self-defense laws in California. You're just a victim. Why do you think all the home invasion robberies are happening in California, all around LA? They know you don't got a gun and they know you're not going to use it, especially against someone who's black. You're not going to use it. So basically, that place is, if you're a criminal, that place is what you would call paradise. Arizona, not so much. These YNs should have just got on the freeway, got on the 10 freeway and headed west, and then committed their armed robbery. Arizona is not necessarily the best place if this is what you're trying to do with yourself. Right Wing Rico, the single boyfriend. Share the video, like and subscribe. We'll be back with another live in about 20 minutes. And we got some other topics to talk about. I'll see you guys again shortly. Oh, and thank you. Yesterday, I didn't get to read my super chats, but thank you for the donations. I appreciate it. You guys, people bought me dinner, bought me coffee. It's $ the single boyfriend on Cash App. I appreciate all the donations. I'm not really monetized, so I'm kind of I just do the content because I like to talk to people and talk to you. So, and I appreciate the comments as well. Thank you all. And if you guys want to tap in with me, I'm on Instagram. I'm on X. I'm pretty much on every platform. We're streaming live on 8 of them right now. So talk to me when you can. Leave a donation on the Cash App if you want to. I really do appreciate it. Thank you.
I've been needing to find a new apartment, which has not been easy with credit as bad as mine. Luckily, I found cosigning.com. They connected me with a cosigner who helped me get my dream apartment for me and my dog. I just paid a small fee and was able to move in fast. Get the cosigner you need for the apartment you want. Check out cosigning.com today.